What's going on, everybody? Rodrigo Fondor here with Asheville Cash Buyers doing another Whiteboard Wednesday for you all. Today we're talking about flat fee listings and what they are and what you should know about them. So, season 2, episode number 7, talking about flat fee listings and what role they play if you're thinking about selling your house. So, a flat fee listing depends who you ask. They're either a really good thing or a really bad thing. And I'm just going to kind of share some of my opinions and some things that I've heard from talking to different people who are agents, sellers, investors as well, and what, how they view them. So, first, let's just define what a flat fee listing is. So a flat fee listing is just an agreement that you make with an agent or a company, a real estate agent company, for them to list your house on the MLS for, you got it, it's a flat fee. And the reason you do this is just to get it out in front of everybody for a fixed cost. So, from my experience, this is going to go anywhere from, say, $500 to $1,000. Oh, forgot the one. For $1,000, depending what's included in that. Most flat fee listing companies or agents will do, depending on the price point, it'll include photos or it won't include photos. It'll include yard signs or it won't include them. So it really kind of just depends how robust the listing agreement is or what their fee includes. But at the most basic, raw, bare minimum, all it does is it gets your property, house, land on the MLS in front of everybody. Typically when you get it on the MLS, that usually also means it gets on places like Zillow or Trulia, Realtor.com, etc. So you get very comparable exposure or the same exposure that you would get if you did a normal listing agreement with an agent where you're paying 6%. So what's the difference between the flat fee versus the 6%? How involved do you want to be? How much knowledge do you have? What do you really have to sell? A flat fee can fill a role if you're very comfortable or experienced with houses and properties and selling, if you don't mind having contract negotiations or talking to different buyer agents and things of that nature. I'm talking about buyer's agents. I did forget to mention thing. Flat fee, you're paying X amount of money to get it on the MLS, but then you're also paying another 3% to the buyer's agent if you're wanting to work with buyer agents. So it's not that you're not paying, you can pay up to 3% plus your listing cost. So flat fee, it just includes the basic things. A lot of the listing agreements are going to have a list of things that can be add-ons, pictures, open houses, yard signs. And then when you pay the 6%, you usually get all of those things included with a good agent. They're going to do your own pictures, they're going to include yard signs, they're going to include an open house and things of that nature. So it's fully robust. Here's the thing, depending who you talk to, agents are not going to be as excited to show you a property that's a flat fee versus one that's 6%. You might be hard to get an agent to admit to that, but look, if it makes sense though, think about it, right? If you have an unspoken agreement with somebody in whatever industry you work, doing a flat fee is almost like cutting an agent out of the equation. And why would you want to cut somebody out of an industry that you're trying to be part of or you support? So if there are two equal properties and they're pretty much the same price, same style, same neighborhood, and one's a flat fee listed property and the other one's a traditionally listed property, I've heard, and I don't know if it's true or not, but that buyer agents will steer their clients towards the one that's a traditionally listed property. And if that's true, that makes sense to me. Why wouldn't they? So again, flat fee, I think if you're gonna go that route, I would go it if you think you've got just like a no-brainer slam dunk type of sale of a house that you need. It's very straightforward, you're pricing it aggressively, it doesn't need a lot of work, there's not a lot of variables around it. But if you're going to if your house needs work, or if you need a little bit of help selling it, you don't want to, have any part of the negotiations, then go ahead and pay that 6%. It's well worth it if you got a good agent. Just like anything or in any industry, there are good apples, there are bad apples, but you get yourself a good agent, they're worth their weight in gold. So I'd really encourage you to take a moment, make sure you understand what a flat fee listing is, and understand that just because it's out in front of everybody on the MLS doesn't necessarily mean it's equal to everything else out on the MLS. Hope you found this helpful. If you're thinking about, listing your house or going through the sale process, read about it, but don't necessarily just pull the trigger based on cost. You do get what you pay for. That's typically always true, and certainly when it comes to listing your house, it's definitely true in this case. All right, y'all. Appreciate it. This is season 2, episode number 7, Whiteboard Wednesday. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.